What's up, and welcome to another episode of Kicking It with Moats. And today, we got to talk about the kicks that just dropped, baby. I'm talking about the Air Jordan 4 Retro Black Cats. Yeah, the 2025 edition dropped Black Friday, right? Day after Thanksgiving, man. And obviously, if you were one of the chosen few, you were able to get those, and hopefully you were able to get them at retail, right? We talk about how Jordan, man, and Nike specifically with some of these releases, man, they're giving us a lot more supply. So that way, we can have a better chance of getting them at retail. I talked about some of my most recent retail wins, the taxis, right? The 2025 edition of the Jordan 12 Retro Taxis. I was able to cop those for retails, did the video on that. So hopefully y'all also had luck like that today. But if not, it's okay. Because even on the resale market right now, the 2025 edition of the Black Cats are still, from my perspective, very affordable in terms of what they could be, right? When you compare them to the 2020 release, which right now it's like that price went up even more with the 2025 dropping, all right? But what I want to do today is this, man. We're going to talk about a couple of different ways to style the Jordan 4s, right? The Black Cat. So if you were, a person that, went out there and got them, or if you're still on the fence about going to get them, I'm just trying to give you a couple of options in terms of how you can style them for comfort, for if you want to go out in the middle of the day, or who knows, maybe it's a little bit of date night, right? But either way, that's kind of the mindset for today. And like I said, everybody has their way of styling, their way of fashion. So this is just my version of that, and hopefully, for y'all, man, it'll be helpful. But let me know in the comment section as well which of the outfits you like the most, or you feel most, relatable to. All right, but on the front end, hit the like button one time for the culture, and don't forget to subscribe either if you're new to the channel, baby. But let's get to it. All right, so you see the first fit we're gonna go with, man. It's where I'm home at, right? My casual vibe. Sweatpants, because I always feel like, man, I would like to be comfortable whenever I'm rocking my heat, all right? And we'll get into these sweatpants as well. But to start it off, right, we talk about the all black nature of the Black Cats, right? And especially these are the 2020s, but the 2020 and the 2025, 95% identical. The big difference is on the heel tab of the 2025, it's the Nike Air logo versus the Jumpman logo on the 2020. The cut is slightly different. Think 2025 cut a little bit more of the SB Jordan 4 or the Bread Reimagined Jordan 4, that shape, whereas the 2020 had more of that like narrow type of cut on it, all right? In terms of comfort, 2025 is going to hit a little bit smoother in terms of walking in it, very similar to the Bread Reimagined and all of the more modern Jordan 4s that have released within the past year to 2 years, all right? So those are the big differences. So that's why stylistically, we could talk about the fit, baby. So up top, I went with the bucket hat because that's one of my personal things. I like to rock hats, and specifically bucket hats, man. Has a little bit of that mystery. But from there, man, up top, I got the Clips Times Cause t-shirt collab from their most recent album, the Grammy-nominated Let God Sort 'Em Out album. But once again, it hits with that black. Obviously, there's a little bit of the off-white vibe to that. But from there, with the sweatpants, the reason why I went with these is a little bit different, right? But we just talked about these in a previous video, right? The Yeezy sweatpants that just came in with these, man. They fit, guys. I told you, I didn't know what size a size 3 was because it really wasn't a lot of information on it. So I took a little bit of a guess, but I like the fit though, man. Loose fit, casual fit, cool for like a weekend type of vibe, man. We just on the go, getting up out the house. But more importantly, I like how it complements the Jordan 4. I like how it looks on it, man. I think that this is a smooth look. And we were just talking about, hey man, I'm trying to get out the house, man. I got to go do something, whether it's running errands, whether it's, going to class, right? For all my students out there, man, this is an easy on the go look to pull off with those Jordan 4 Black Cats. And here's just a close up of what the shoe looks like with the sweatpants. All right. Just a little bit of that baggier vibe on the top of it. Still a clean look though, still can have fun with it. As we talked about, right, we saw on the back of these things, Jumpman logo versus the Nike Air logo. That's the only difference or in terms of major differences that are noticeable, right? But that's the vibe with the sweatpants, man. A little bit of a baggier look, right? I probably would want these a little bit tighter, just a tinky bit, but I think that's just the design that my man Yeezy was going for with these. But that's the sweatpants look, all right? Close up, ankles, feet, we feeling good, feeling good. All right, so now we got a little bit different of a look, right? Going with the denim camo type of vibe, black tee with it, with the dad hat. Now, when I'm thinking of this look, this is my, man, let's go out with the guys, right? Whether we're going out for a nice lunch, whether it's brunch, right? Whether you might be going out to the football game, right? Now, granted, you can wear your apparel, whichever one you would like to, but if you're, on those type of vibes, man, with the guys, with the fellas, your friendies, right? This is definitely a look that you could go with, man. Something that I think is nice because number one, you have a flash, right, of color or something loud. And I think that's always important with outfits, right? What is the intent? What am I trying to get accomplished? So with this look, the black tee is subtle, it's chill. I'm allowing my necklaces to kind of do a little bit more of the accents, highlight in the darkness. But then from there, you see with the camo pants, man, how it's flashy. It kind of gets your attention, but at the same time, it's not overdoing it, right? We could easily overdo it. You throw a little leather on, throw a little white pants on, something like that. We trying to stay cool, calm, and collected, all right? But from there, it really allows the sneakers to have their moment, right? And that's the thing that I like. Because of the black with the camo, it's a nice contrast. So now when you get down to the sneakers, it flows perfectly. Also, subtle detail, the black hat up top, just to kind of keep my theme going. I could have camoed it up there, but I didn't want to go double camo, all right? Wasn't trying to be militant, if that's okay with you guys, all right? But that's kind of the thought process with this look here. Now I can layer this if I was going and it was going to be a little bit chilly. You throw a little bit jacket on, right? Or you could throw the bomber on, the big boy coat, right? You have a lot of versatility, a lot of flexibility. Or if I want to layer this, I can easily throw on a hoodie with this as well. And I'm still getting great usage out of my Jordan 4s, right? Y'all heard me. These are my 2020s, okay? Still rocking. Still plenty of options, still plenty of life. Plenty of tread on these, but when these are donezo, 2025s are on the clock. But this the vibe, man. Like I said, another just alternative option, right? If you didn't want to go sweatpants, now we can do this, all right? Let's go. Now coming back to it with the camo denim, you can see this has a little bit different of a feel compared to the sweatpants, right? The sweatpants a little bit more baggy down by the ankles, so it the material kind of laid on top of the sneaker, whereas this one, you kind of get a little bit more of the shoe showing. And I do like that contrast once again, man, when you're talking about the camo colorway over the all black. And now you can see it with the tongue or with the heel tab showing on both of them how we look. But definitely a clean vibe in terms of the on-foot element, the look to that, and then as a whole, the full outfit dynamic as well. All right, now this final look I really enjoy because it's my layered look. I call this my, man, when me and wifey want to go out for a quick, little date day or date night. Sometimes, you got to dress it up a little bit, right? But at the same time, staying comfy, staying in my pocket, all right? In my pocket is Jordan 4 black cat things, all right? So don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe because you're at this part of the video. I know you're digging what we on, but let's keep it going, all right? So with the layered look, you see I went with the gray flannel up top, right? Still got the black t-shirt underneath just to give it a little bit of contrast from a color standpoint. Do you have to go with the black shirt underneath? No. I could most definitely go with, the flannel buttoned up over the blue denim with the black cats and still be fine, still get away with it. But I preferred the layer look today, especially with wifey being from San Fran. Shout out to the Bay Area, AKA Yay area. But she digs that flannel, that layered look. So, I like to accommodate. But from there, man, since it is, date night versus going to host an event or doing something in a professional capacity, I went with a little bit more of the distressed denim here, right? Just so you can see, me trying to give you a little bit more of a clear cut, hey, this is a different look, right? that's what this vibe is right here. It definitely gives you more of that urban feel, but it's a clean feel, right? Obviously with my jeans, you don't see any skin, just because, you know, I want to make sure I can get in any building I want to get into. But at the same time, man, you could easily have a lot more fun with the denim, with the rips, have at it, all right? But from there, we bring it right back to what? The black cats, man. The blue denim over the black cat, man. It is a beautiful, beautiful contrast. And I think it really complements the outfit, but that's the purpose of the black tee. I feel like the black tee was a hard statement to say, hey, where's the black coming from? Peep the shoes, right? Just a little subtle indicator. Whereas if I had it, you know, non-layered all gray, you're gonna peep the shoes, but it isn't the first thing that's gonna kind of draw you in. With this, because of the black shirt being the center, but also being such a drastic contrast from this gray, boom, it's gonna naturally pull your eyes down there. So those are some of the things that I'm trying to get accomplished with this look right here, while also, you know, having a little fun as I Rico Suave on wifey. Hey, all right? But that's the vibe with this one. But you can see, man, feels good and still comfy. I want you to continue to remember that part being the most important part. It's not okay to just look good. You gotta feel comfy in your apparel, in your sneaks, right? In your clothes, whether it's your denim, the sweatpants, the, you know, chinos or whatever else we wanna go with. Just make sure you feel good in it, all right? But that's how I'm vibing out with this thing, baby. Let's go. And now, once again, with the final blue denim, see how that contrast looks on the black cat and why you could get away with it, right? Why it still looks good. And more importantly, just the different variations, right? We looked at the camo denim was a little bit bigger in terms of the boot cut, or not the boot cut, but just around the ankles, right? Whereas this is a little bit more of a fitted look. So you can see even more of the sneaker showing. Also, if I wanted to, not with these, but if there were a different pair of denim, you got the flexibility also of cuffing it. And that's another cool, sophisticated look. Man, we do know that's a common thing right now, just in the sense of having some of the tailored pants or some of the shorter cut pants. You can also do that. But like I said, man, so much versatility with the Jordan 4, so much freedom. Put my cuff back down, get back to my aesthetic. You know how I do. But like I said, man, just the nice vibe, man. We were talking about that blue denim over a Jordan 4, man. A Jordan 4, you have so much flexibility with the sneaker, as we've talked about in this video. And as I said, man, 2020 to 2025, these things outside of the Hill tab, right? Nike Air versus Jumpman, I mean, it's spot on. So strong recommendation from me to cop the black cats, because as you can see, even 5 years later, I'm still wearing mine on the daily. All right, so you see the different ways that we styled it. You see the different ways that we had a little bit of fun with it. So, like I said in the comment section, let me know which one you like the best, which one hits to you the hardest. You're like, you know what, man, that's something that I could definitely see myself rocking out with, all right? Or if you got some suggestions of how you would do it, drop that in the comment section as well. But either way, don't forget to hit that like button one time for the culture and subscribe. And until next time, you know the drill. Rock your head.